Hey, I'm Mark Rothman, Progress Coach, and my job is to help you achieve any goal you both desire and deserve. Thanks so much for checking out my video, my top 3 ways to get shit done and never quit. We're going to talk about how we approach those tasks that we've both been procrastinating or that are so long and repetitive we can't see any way out of them. How do we get those tasks done and how do we get through them? And if you stick around to the end, I'm going to talk about what the really big reward is that makes these small things really powerful tools to create big changes in our lives. So stick around for that. And let's get into it. We've all been there. There's a task we have to do that we have just been procrastinating, putting off. It's something we hate to do. Or there's another task that we do and it's just so repetitive. It just goes on and we get that kind of feeling of like, crap, am I ever gonna finish this? So in my video here, my top 3 ways to get shit done and never quit, we've got an opportunity to look at some 3 specific techniques that I like to use and that I wanna pass over to you that I think are gonna help you in those situations. Now, come with me on this because we all know what those situations are. They're a sink full of dishes that we've just got to clean and it's like overwhelming. Where do we even start? Or, you know, every year it comes around to, we promise we're never going to procrastinate on our taxes again and it's April 14 and we're doing our taxes. Or it's balancing the checkbook, going over and over through, you know, to make sure that we've covered every expense and looking at, you know, reconciling it with the account online or however we do it. Right? Or we've got to bake 100 blintzes and each one has to be folded by hand. And it's like, crap, am I ever going to get through 100 blintzes? Or something that just happened to me recently. I had to, a ball rolled into some bushes and I had to pull it out to play catch. And I got these just briars and brambles all over me. And just picking one off, it was like they were sticky. Are they ever going to come clean? And I had to, you know, just had to keep doing it until it was done. So here are some 3 things we can do to help us get through those moments when we first don't want to do something or don't think we're ever going to finish and we get discouraged and tired. So the first thing I want to suggest is what I call the 5-minute rule. Sometimes I'll make a deal with myself. You know what? I can wash dishes for 5 minutes. Or maybe I'll even say, you know what? I'll just do 5 dishes because even 5 dishes is going to be a heck of a lot better than no dishes at all. So what happens when we do that, think about it, is we get into 5 minutes and we're like, oh, that wasn't so bad. I guess I could do another 5. And then before we know it, we're into the project and the dishes are starting to clear up and the sink is looking cleaner and we're like, we're done. So that's one rule. 5, try 5 of something. 5 minutes, 5 dishes, I can do 5. The next technique is what I call the Zen Master Approach. So in the Zen Master Approach, we don't have to think about where we've been or where we're going. So if we've only folded, say, 10 blintzes and we're thinking, crap, I've got 90 more, we're thinking about the past and we're thinking about the future. We're not in the present. We're not looking at that one little blintz we get to fold right now. So we can just say, you know what, I'm just going to fold this blintz. And when I'm done with that, I'll fold the next blintz. That's how I got all those brambles off my shirt. I just said, you know what, I'm just going to pull this one off, and then this one, and then this one. And you know what, if it takes me an hour, it takes me an hour. I'm not going to be involved in the outcome. I'm just going to pull one bramble at the time. So that's what I call the Zen Master Approach. You can try that. And then the last suggestion I want to give you is what I call tag a buddy. That's where you pick up the phone and you call a friend and you say, hey, Patrick, I do not want to wash the dishes to save my life, but I'm going to do the dishes right now and I'm going to call you when it's done. See, what we've done there is we've made a commitment, not just to ourselves, but to another person. And we've also brought that other person into our world. We've created a relationship around the dishes. So it isn't just us alone against the mountain of dirty spoons and other people's food and all the crap that's in the sink. We're with another person. We've reached out to a buddy. We've made a connection. We've built a relationship around it. And how great is it going to be at the end of that when we call Patrick back and we say, dude, it is done. And maybe we even send him a before and after picture to prove, not just to ourselves, but to him and to get that, you know, that visual reward of what we've accomplished. So that's another way to approach this problem of how do we get done things we don't want to do, and how do we keep going when we get tired. Now stick around for another few minutes because I want to talk about what we get, the bonus, the reward that we can get when we do this. So stay with me. Let me talk for a moment about the big picture here, because certainly when we take care of things that we have been procrastinating on or we don't want to do, we've done what we need to do. Or when we've gotten through some long, repetitive, difficult task, it's a great thing to have that finished. But there's a bigger way to make sure that we can always do these things. And a lot of people say, well, let's promise ourselves a reward. Like I'll take myself out to my favorite yogurt place, or I'll, buy myself something small that I've been putting off. That's a really valuable thing, but I'm not sure that all of us are that good at rewarding ourselves in that way. I know that's one of my biggest challenges. So if it works for you to promise yourself a reward, go for it. Another thing that we can do to make sure that we get this stuff done and that we have the persistence, to stay through when we're getting tired or discouraged, is to say, you know what my reward is? I'm just going to look at myself in the mirror and I'm going to say, hell yeah, I got that done. Good job, Mark. That's another way to reward it. But I want to suggest that there is an intrinsic reward that I want you to pay attention to kind of monitor and think about. And that is that the power we get from doing something that we know we need to do, and the idea that we can take care of ourselves, we can take care of our business, that we are powerful in maintaining our world and our intentions in that world. I think that may be the biggest reward we get when we apply some of these techniques to getting things done that we need to get done, or persevering through a project we haven't been able to persevere through. It's the reward that comes from knowing we're the people we want to be. We've made a commitment to ourselves and we've followed through on it. I talk about this a lot in many of my videos and in many of the other conversations I have. That's why I make my bed every morning. It's a way for me to say to myself, I am in control of my world and my direction forward, and I'm going to demonstrate it to myself with this very small, minor act. So when we apply these three techniques, the rule of 5, I'm going to do something for 5 minutes, or I'm going to just do 5 of whatever I need to do, or the Zen Master Approach, where we say, I'm just going to focus on the immediate thing right in front of me, and I'm not going to worry about where I've been or where I'm going, or the Tag a Buddy, where we call someone or reach out and say, hey, Patrick, I'm going to get this thing done, and I'm going to call you back when I'm done, so we don't feel so alone in it. These are 3 ways that we can bring ourselves into living in the world we want to live in. And that's the world where we're really in control of our lives and control of our actions. And just to say it another way, that's the price we're paying when we do procrastinate, when we do get discouraged, when we don't follow through on tasks. It's a little message to ourselves that we can't do it. So I'm suggesting use these techniques to give yourself that message that you can do it, you're capable of it, you're in charge of your life. And these small things, I guarantee, will pay off in big ways that we can't even imagine right now, but they will. So stay with me. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you liked it, please go ahead and hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please go ahead and do so. You can find me at Mark Rothman Progress Coach here on YouTube. My website is markcoach.net, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks for watching. Hey, thanks so much for watching. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the like if you liked the video. Definitely leave a comment. I really like replying and knowing what you think. And then you can find a link below to my website, markcoach.net. On Instagram, I'm Mark Progress Coach, and Facebook is Mark Rothman Progress Coach. And I'll see you in the next video.